Chhatrapati in the Tamil district, Kathmandu, is alive with racing motorcycles, rickshaws, taxis, tour companies, restaurants, and all varieties of shops. Don Fraser's home base was the Nirvana Garden Hotel, and Nico Petch lived next door at the Tibet Guest House. On the morning of December 1st, 2014, Suresh Shrestha from Tamakoshi, Sewa, Samiti, otherwise known as TSS, picked Don and Nico up and headed with 4x4 and driver towards Mantali, the capital headquarters of Ramechhap district. A stop for breakfast en route. We drove mostly on the new mid-mountain highway, often still under construction. Steep drop-offs and hairpin bends were not typical of our Canadian highways. When we reached Mantali, we stopped for lunch to visit TSS headquarters. This building houses the Tamakoshi Cooperative Hospital, the Mantali Savings and Credit Union, as well as TSS offices. 3 more people joined us in our Bolero 4x4. This made 7 with our driver Nima. Our new friends were Mahesh, a TSS technical advisor, Govinda, the chair of the hospital board, and Nepal, from the board of directors of the TSS. We stopped overnight at Shivalaya. This guest house provided basic accommodations and catering to trekkers bound for the Everest Base Camp. Bring your own sleeping bag, nights get cold. Breakfasts are often noodles. Up and off by 7 a.m., the road became increasingly rough and treacherous. We were averaging less than 10 kilometers per hour. However, the mountain scenery became increasingly beautiful. From left to right, Nico, Don, Suresh, and Govinda. Villages are built at high altitudes and on unbelievably steep slopes. One is located behind Don. We are now close to 2,500 meters. On December 2nd, we reached the Gumdel VDC, Village Development Committee. It was another 5-hour return trek into the Kyama district water scheme. Don decided to stay back here at Gumdel while the others trekked on into Kyama. Don made many friends while hanging out at the Gumdel's central meeting point. A special friend. Life is not easy here. Children wait at Kyama for the guests to arrive. Nico receives marigolds. Men of Kyama. They all have benefited from the new water system. Kyama villagers honor us with silk scarves and marigold garlands. Thanks to the Aldergrove Rotary Club, the Rotary Foundation, and TSS. The water reservoir is high above the village. It is approaching dusk when the group returns to Gumdel and a Kyama village official presents Don with a scarf and garland of marigolds. On December 3rd, all of us approach another water system. This time we are at the Gothgaun Village Development Committee to see the Jigirgaun District Water Scheme. The Village Water Committee chairperson honors Don. Is there room for another garland? The villagers were out in full force to greet us all. Don turns on one of 4 village faucets. Close view of a tap and plaque. Tap number 4. Don makes his way down to the ceremony. There were speeches. After the village feast, Don makes his way back up to our vehicle, with a little help from his friends. We spent December 4th in Mantali. We toured TSS offices, the hospital, library, and Savings and Credit Union. These are all great examples of sustainable and successful work in the developing world. Here we gather for a final meeting. With us are one of 2 local doctors and a female volunteer doctor from Germany. Nico and Dawn are presented with wooden carvings and typical hats. The Last Supper. Luckily, our flat tire occurred near the end of our adventure. Dawn rests while driver Nima changes a wheel. Back in Kathmandu, we are at the end of our 5-day adventure. Nico and Dawn are dinner guests of Suresh and his family. We will not forget our times together.
தமிழ்நாட்டுல நான் அனைவருக்கும் சொந்தண்டா அதாண்டா இதாண்டா அருணாச்சலம் நான் தாண்டா அன்னை தமிழ்